Do you ever have leftover turkey or chicken and think, I really don't want to eat that again tonight. I would rather just change it up a bit. That was me the other night. I had leftover turkey from a turkey I had made in the air fryer, and I just needed something different. I went searching around and I came across this recipe for Turkey Tetrazzini. It was really good, and so I decided I wanted to share it with you guys. Links for everything I'm going to be using are in the description below, and if you like the video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. One thing I did learn when I made it the first time, I'm one of those who reads the recipe as I'm cooking. I highly recommend prepping everything before you get started, so that's what we're gonna do. I've already gone ahead and cut up 2 cups of leftover turkey, and at the bottom is a cup of frozen peas. Those are gonna come in at the very end, so I'm just gonna set that to the side. I'm halving this recipe, so I'm gonna need half of an onion, and I'm gonna chop it up using our food chopper. I don't just put the whole half of the onion in, I'm just gonna put half of it at a time. Now, if you're cutting up, say, chocolate, nuts, you can go ahead and put them right here in the lid and chop it up that way. Since I'm doing onions and I'm gonna be doing the celery, I'm gonna do it right on my cutting board. Then I can just pick it up and put it in when we're ready to go. I also like that with the food chopper, you can chop it up as finely or as coarse as you want. I like and love onions in things, but I don't like big chunks, so I like to chop it up a little finer than most people. We're gonna do the same thing for the celery. I'm gonna probably cut it into thirds and do them one at a time. Actually, we're gonna, a little bit more. Put all the last bit right in there. So I like using the food chopper because it just makes it so much easier. So like I already had that leftover half of that onion. I'll chop that up when we're all done, and I'm actually gonna put it in a Ziploc bag into the freezer, and then I will just toss that into a dish in the future if I just need chopped onions real quick. So I'm gonna move those to the side. In this recipe, we're gonna actually be putting the onions and the celery in with our butter and then adding in our minced garlic. So on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and mince the garlic so it's ready to go. I love our garlic press because you don't have to peel the garlic. Just set the clove in with the peeling on. Scrape it off. And out the peel comes. And if it gets stuck in there, you just take the very end, it's got a little like lip on it, just scoop it and out the peel comes. So we've got our onions, our celery, and our garlic all ready to go. You're gonna need 7 ounces of chicken broth, which I got just these little ones, so I'll pour that in when it's time. The next couple of things that we have to get ready is milk. The recipe calls for 1.5 cups of milk. I'm gonna be splitting that in half. 3/4 of it's gonna be just regular milk, and the other part's gonna be whipping cream. I find it makes the sauce a lot creamier. The last thing we need to get ready is the Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna shred it up here on the microfine grater, and we need 3/4 cups. Once you have it all prepped, now you're ready to start cooking. I've already gone ahead and cooked my pasta, but once you're ready to start cooking, you would also want to put that on as well. I made angel hair pasta to go into it. You can make spaghetti, linguine, whichever type of pasta you prefer. First, we're going to put in 4 tablespoons of butter and let that melt. Once it's just about melted, you're going to add in your onions and the celery. We're gonna cook these down till they become slightly translucent or slightly softened. I'm doing this over a medium heat, and it takes about 3 to 4 minutes till they're softened. Now we're gonna add in our garlic. You're gonna wanna keep it moving so your garlic doesn't burn. Once you get your garlic mixed in, you're going to add in some salt and pepper. After about a minute, you're gonna add in 1/4 cup of flour and stir it in. It's gonna make almost like a paste. Now your chicken broth. So you're gonna wanna add in your chicken broth and keep stirring it as you're mixing it in, and it's gonna start to thicken. Once your chicken broth is all mixed in, you're gonna start adding in your milk and your cheese. I like to do a little bit of each at a time, so half of the milk and the cheese, and then I'll do the other half of the milk and the cheese. Keep mixing it in. Once those are mixed in, you're gonna add in the rest. Now you're just gonna stir occasionally until it starts to boil and thicken back up. Once it starts to boil and thicken up, we're gonna turn off the heat. So I've got a light boil going on, and the sauce has thickened up pretty nicely. It's not a paste like it was to start with, it's just a nice thick sauce. So we're gonna turn off the heat. Once you turn your heat off, we're gonna add in the turkey and the frozen peas. Once you get your turkeys and peas mixed in, you're gonna add in your pasta. I like to take 2 spoons and mix it all in. It all starts to stick together and become like one big clumpy casserole in a way. If you made this in a pot that can't go in the oven, at this point you're gonna wanna move it into a casserole dish because we're gonna finish it off in the oven. But that's one thing I love about the stainless steel wok is I can put it right in the oven once I put the breadcrumbs on and finish it off. For the breadcrumb topping, you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of melted butter and 3 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. I'm using Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, but you can just use regular ones if that's all you have. To make almost a breadcrumb paste, and then I just sprinkle it on top. I've already got my oven set to 375. If you made this earlier in the day and you're putting it in, say after it's been in the refrigerator, I recommend putting it in for about 35 minutes, but since mine's coming right off the stovetop, I'm gonna put it in for 25. 25 minutes are up and I've gone ahead and taken it out of the oven and it smells really good. I went from just leftover turkey to a really nice pasta dinner for dinner. I hope you guys enjoy the recipe as much as my family does. This is my 2nd time making it and it's just really easy to do and it's so nice and filling. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.